And welcome back to your favorite weekly sports show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is ITC Sportsball. And of course, I am your man, Jerome Ask, and I'm back with the most righteous crew. We, of course, have that hot take spitter, that man who comes and rips like line spits. He is that man.
You know it's your boy Mase, man. We back. We ready to go. As you see, the green lights mean it's go time, baby. Let's do it.
And of course, we have ITC's resident troll. He is that dude to make sure we always up and right. When I need something fresh and new for the show, he's there to help a nigga out. Woo! He is that man coming to throw some fire on the gasoline. Darrell.
Burn it down. Now.
See, he's starting early. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have to thank all of you who came and sat with us for our WrestleMania live stream. We had a really good time there. We are appreciative of everybody that came through. So thank you very much for coming through. Much appreciated. And of course, we have to thank all of our guests like Cujo. Make sure you guys go and follow his stream there. It's Cujo Plays Games. Make sure you go follow that. We got our man Mark L who came through. Appreciate you, brother. I know he had a good time. We're going to have Mark L on ITC Combat episode moving forward. We just got to figure out the date there. Our boy, Joseph. Man, Joseph, we appreciate you coming through. He came through for the whole stream, stayed there. It was extra spicy for the whole thing. So, Joe, we appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And of course, we had Comedic Chef Faith come through. She came through a little bit late, but it's all good nonetheless because she came through. She showed love to the show, and we're going to bring you more from her in the future. And we would be remiss if we didn't thank Debo for also coming through and sitting through, our longtime supporter. I'm talking Debo is like one of our very first supporters. So, Debo, we appreciate you coming through and sitting through the stream with us. We had a damn good time there. It's just next time I'm going to have to make sure that you don't give me your camera up your nose, though. God. But regardless, though, got to ask these two gentlemen, what was your favorite moments of WrestleMania? What was it that took the cake for you that said, this made WrestleMania whole for me?
You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Hey, whoever's got the fire, whoever got who.
Listen, man.
Baby.
I don't. I thought I could say anything else other than fucking Vince goddamn knees locking up on him when he fucking caught that stunner. Listen, I don't know. Listen, bro, when I saw that, dog, I was like, bro, this man, his knees really gave out when he caught the stuff. Like when he caught the kick, his knees just pop, pop, and he just went out. Stone Cold had to pick this man up. Hey, he's like, hey, bro, you all right? But that was I think that was the perfect sending off for Stone Cold. I'm pretty sure that the final match versus The Rock probably didn't sit well with him for a while, and they just probably needed the right moment, and to come back in Dallas where he had his first match, now his last match, to come out and give not only a great wrestling performance, so the theatrics of a Stone Cold moment, of a Stone Cold Vince McMahon moment, and hey, man, that I'm pretty sure that did it for just about everybody.
Darrell, what about you?
As a fan perspective, I will say I like the Cody Rhodes return. Kind of like wipe the smear off of Stardust for all those years. him nearly dying 5 times in the match. I was just on my edge. I like that. For the entertainment, I have to say with Knoxville and Sami Zayn.
Listen, though, that man, when my boy Wee Man came out from under the fucking, how long was he under there? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long was he sitting? Was he under there? Was he just under there for like the whole night, just watching videos, watching YouTube, waiting for his match, waiting for his moment? Like, how long was he fucking under there?
That was great. Seeing a body slam, and that was great. Body slam, shit. Seeing having a freaking Corey talking about his cheeks all in the ring and stuff.
Like, what am I supposed to
do? You know the sad thing about it? Corey Graves actually quoted Ocarina of Time at WrestleMania. He took a whole line from Ocarina of Time. Hey, I was like, this is wild. I had to watch Botchamania because of that.
Corey is a man of the people, okay? I don't care what anybody say. He is a man of the people, all right? In the words of John Laurinaitis, he's got people power.
People power. You can do it.
But yes, for no surprise, I think, to anyone here, for me, it was most definitely Stone Cold, getting the entire Stone Cold experience. We got the first night, we get him and Kevin Owens fighting, which was excellent. We got everything we would want to see out of a Stone Cold type of match there. Got to see that ending. Then on top of that, we get to see him and Vince have it out one last time to where Stone Cold gets the stunner off on Vince McMahon. Not only does he stun Vince, but I have to commend the way that Mr. McAfee and what's his name, Austin Theory, the way they both sold the stunner was excellent. McAfee's was great. The fact that he hit it and then spewed all the beer out was such a visual. That was great.
Hey, he was waiting for that moment the entire fucking night. You know he was. And then my boy was out there later.
Funny part is, Pat even came and said on his show afterwards, he didn't know Stone Cold was actually going to do that. Stone Cold signaling him to come on, and that's when he knew what time it was, baby. It was like, oh, yes, I get to get the stunner. But yes, that was an awesome experience of WrestleMania. I think even the Mysterios, you guys know I knocked the Mysterios on the regular here. Their match was high quality, very, very enjoyable, so I can't even knock them. The only detraction of the night for me was of the two nights was Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. I thought that match was actually very, very poor. There was nothing great about it that excited you. I think even the arena felt it too, because the arena was on such a high, and then that match happened, and it was like as quiet as it can be in an arena full of that many people, right? So
it's crazy because like Ronda's a crazy athlete, but like it doesn't translate to wrestling. Like she doesn't do anything that would give you off the impression that she actually like trains for this.
Hey, look,
it's like she learned how to fall. It's like she learned how to fall, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I will quickly knock Charlotte Flair for being overused, always in the title picture, but she tried her best.
Oh, you felt it too. You felt it too. It just felt like she was trying so hard to carry that match, and it's like Ron just has nothing to give her.
Nope. Yeah. I mean, Darrell said it for years. Since I've known Darrell, he has said the Ronda Rousey as a wrestler thing is kind of a joke.
It's a joke, and when you get other, not only wrestlers, but you get like the women of MMA, it's like, yeah, you was the pedigree of the starter, like the whole getting the women's thing to like UFC and stuff, and then once you get beat once and twice, and then you don't want to come back and then sell yourself off to go to wrestling, it's just like, what was your career about?
She didn't put anything into wrestling. It was just like I've done a couple movies. A lot more people know my face now. I can go make some money just off of being me. And it's like she didn't put the effort into like learning to be like I said, she learned how to fall and left it at that. I'm just gonna hip toss people and go for arm bars and ankle locks.
Yeah, she's a Ken Shamrock of wrestling right now.
But see, even Ken Shamrock understood the psychology of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? He understood how to still work a match. She, at this point, man, we're what now? This would technically be like what, year 3 of the Ronda Rousey experience, right?
Technically only 2.
Just talking about her being active. So it'll be 2. Okay, so it'll be year 2. She trained for at least a solid like year and a half before they ever put her on TV. At this point, why is it that she still can't perform in the ring? I don't know. I think it's a big part of actually what Mase was saying, which is that she hasn't really given herself to the business, right? She's still necessarily trying to be very, very shallow with what she's doing, and it's not coming across very well at all. So I think at this point we need to stop that. But I have to say, I'm just glad to see that after Vince McMahon was talking all that cash money, he got the business from Stone Cold, because there's somebody else who's been out here talking a lot of cash money lately, and that's that Aljamain Sterling, Mr. Paper Champion himself. So, Darrell, let me ask you, man, what the hell is Aljamain Sterling doing talking all this cash money like he actually won that last fight?
Okay, let me put this down.
You're getting serious.
This is real.
I'm going to go on facts instead of bias right now. Facts. You won a championship in the first disqualification of the UFC in a title match. Yes, you won it. The ref should have never asked you if you can continue. I get that. It's not fair. I get that all over the place. The fact of the matter is that you went 2 rounds of burst energy, slipping all over the mat, wild punches, trying to take out Peter Yan, make him go down. He gets back up. The fact of the matter is, you have to prove that you actually can win this fight. Not come to the fact that, oh, I'm going to have gimmicks. Here's the rule book. Don't throw illegal shots. And I'm going to do this and that. Did you forget, Aljamain, that you are a meme? You are a meme to a lot of fighters just because you got this good, nice little pickup of 5 wins at most. You're still the same guy that got knocked out by Marlon Moraes and made you dab going down. Like you are not a complete fighter. Yes, you got submission attempts. Yes, you got incredible speed, but at the same time, you're facing someone that is going to kill you pretty much. It's not you haven't faced Jose. You haven't faced TJ. You faced Sandhagen. You have, but hey, at the end of the day, it's just a slip up. At the end of the day, you got to actually prove that you can actually do the talk. Don't be trying to write all these checks right now, and then when we see you tonight, get in this ring, and all of a sudden you just cough up another excuse why you lost. You ain't getting a rematch. This is not a rematch if you lose. Let's let you know. There's no rematch. There is no rematch at all. We're gonna pass by you and go to TJ. That's what this is gonna be.
Wait, I heard that. You said when he loses. So how is he losing tonight then, Darrell?
Oh, I see a knockout. That's what I see. I see a knockout.
You say my man going to sleep?
I see a knockout. You can edge it. I hope he can edge it to a decision. Knock the hell out. Because Peter Yan ain't talking shit no more. He's done. This man wants to talk all cash money. He wants to flex like he's an Olympian and stuff. He can go ahead and do all that. Them muscles. Hey, I seen a man train all freaking training camp and then get swooped. All that training did nothing. It's like you put all that work in the training camp, but when you actually have to do the day, you're coughing up. You're slipping. Don't blame the mat for COVID. COVID's done. I don't even want to hear about COVID no more. COVID's done.
Yeah, so
your next heel.
It's kind of weird to me, bro. Like, how can you be talking so much cash when the last time you fought this dude, you won because of disqualification? Like, there was no natural conclusion to the match, and now this man is on a mission to come and scoop you up. Like, hey man, maybe not necessarily a knockout, but I do see a one-sided beatdown.
Shit.
Hey,
like,
look, Peter Yan about to teach this man a lesson. You know, when Kevin Hart say you're gonna learn today, that's what he on. That's why he ain't been talking all greasy. He like, okay, I'm gonna just let this man keep
Like
talking.
I said, man, you loot. He lost in the worst way possible, a disqualification in a title fight, and this. I promise you, only thing that he has been thinking about is this rematch. This man has no. He probably wakes up rematch. Yeah, he wakes up rematch, goes to sleep rematch. I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be like I said, just a one-sided ass whooping from one side of the octagon to the other, bro. It's
like for this card, I think this card is literally a bunch of shit talking. Like even for, we can call it the co-main event before the titles. We can have the Gilbert Burns and Hazmat. Even that man's talking cash greasy. He can't lose either. There's two people on this card that can't lose. It's literally Hazmat and freaking Aljamain Sterling. Because I'm sorry, you know how the UFC rules is. You know when everybody says, "Hey, I'm gonna do more title defenses than Ronda Rousey," what happens? They lose. they lose badly. This is the same way. Usman's not a good champion. I don't see nothing special about him.
Oh, whoa. You gonna stop trying to hate on Usman?
No. I didn't say this. This is Hazmat.
Look,
this man already said it. This is not me. Trust me.
Hey man, when you desperate, you tell yourself anything, right?
He said, he's just using Khabib words. I'm gonna smash. I'm tired of everybody using smash.
He ain't the Hulk. He ain't the Hulk. He needs to stop that shit right now. You ain't the Hulk. You gonna get smashed. He gonna end up like Masvidal with a whole solar system around his head. Keep on.
Just because you beat a bunch of unranked guys in two divisions doesn't mean you're like the absolute best. You're getting jumps. You're getting the Dana White push at this point right now. If he wins tonight, I guarantee you for a fact, Leon will get passed in the dirt because we don't care about Leon Edwards. We really don't.
Bro, he gets treated so bad, dog.
You don't care about.
He's like the gatekeeper that they don't give him no shifts off. My man is always there.
He don't sell nothing.
He can't take vacations. All his vacation requests get denied.
Y'all leave that man alone.
Listen, bro. For lunch, they give this man a ham sandwich with no cheese and no condiments, and some one of them little cups of water, and the regular Lay's potato chips. Not even the sour cream and cheddar barbecue, nothing. Just the regulars. They just get. Bro, they do that man so dirty, bro. Leon Edwards been fighting forever and hasn't gotten no love.
We bring up Leon. We bring on Leon Edwards. He's like, oh, that's the guy that almost got beat by Nate Diaz in the last round.
Basically, I mean, what other moment does he really have? I mean, I can't think of one.
Like, come on now. We know Usman's gonna beat him again. Like,
Usman gonna beat the hell out that man, dog. Like, look, I'm sorry. I don't see nobody at his weight class that's actually gonna beat him at this point.
We need people that are like out of the weight class to come down and stuff. That's what we need. Because that shit's hilarious.
Yeah, it's probably gonna take somebody bigger that's gonna be able to beat him, because at his weight class, he's too strong for all of them dudes. And now that he knows how to actually strike, it's a done deal, baby.
Well, I went. He needs to work on a little bit of his striking. Let's be honest, because he is like throwing wild punches when he's not focused. When he's not focused at all, like when he's not on the game plan, he does throw wild punches. But if he's actually controlled, calm, he is a good striker. I'm gonna not have the biases there.
You mean like he did Masvidal? You mean like he did him?
He did some wild punches. He did do some wild punches in that fight, but Jorge.
Hey, as soon as he locked it back up, though, he put that man to sleep. Man, Jorge was.
Man, we're not talking about self-snitch Jorge anymore. We don't need him. We don't need him. He's out of there. We don't even talk about Jorge anymore.
Number one rule of doing crime: you don't snitch on yourself.
Oh, but there's like I said, how this card is. There's a bunch of trash talking, and I'm gonna call this is your girl, Mackenzie Dern.
Why is she my girl? Why I get her. I don't understand that.
Mackenzie Dern talking trash, talking about what happens when I get you in a headlock, and she said,
I need
a headlock.
She was talking.
Why is she my girl?
Because
she my girl?
Because she talk greasy like you.
What you mean? What you mean, bro?
Tisha Torres is talking about like, I'm gonna just get right back up. You're gonna have to fight to get me down. It's like nobody talking this ground game. Like, come on now. Like Mackenzie Dern like messed up all her title opportunities already. Like soon as she starts talking greasy, she ends up losing. So, everybody's talking trash on this card. So
that ain't my girl.
Put your money.
That. You not giving me her.
Put your money on Aljamain Sterling if you really feel like he's going to win.
Why the hell would I do that?
If you feel,
did I just want to set money afire? Is that what I want to do? Just set it ablaze? There it goes. Is that what I was trying to do?
Was he a plus 700?
Bruh, I don't give a shit. He could be plus 5,000. I don't care. Okay,
that's a Amanda Nunes fight right there.
You could tell me I'm gonna bet $1 and I would win 10,000, and I'm still not betting because I know I'm about to just set that $1 ablaze because Aljamain Sterling ain't winning shit tonight. Okay.
Hey, you know what you can do with that dollar? You can go to the corner store and get a couple airheads.
I'm saying at least I give me some. At least I give me something useful. At least I get something that's gonna help me. This man Sterling just gonna burn my dollar up. That's it. He trash. Pete Young was beating his ass to that disqualification.
It was about to be a turnaround. It was a clean turnaround because Aljamain had the upper hand in the beginning, but once that burnout happened and he was about to lose, I would say, oh, I don't know where I am.
I don't know what happened. He hit me too hard. Mm-hmm. Okay, man.
Shit, if I could do a knee again and that was me, I'll do it right again. I'll still do it again. He deserves it. I hope your neck hurts again.
Gross. This guy Darrell's the worst. But we have to move forward. But we have to lay out for this guy here because he hasn't had his chance to stunt on everybody. So current Monopoly champion Mase. Go ahead and talk your shit since you didn't have the opportunity on the live stream. Go ahead and talk your shit, bro, since you finally got the first dub.
Hey, your boy got that dub finally. Hey, I feel like Sugar Rashad. I'm out there. Got the dub. I'm in there.
You better keep that title today.
I'm in there.
Better keep that title today.
That elusive W has finally been caught. I'm out there now. The pressure is off me. Now I can go perform like I'm supposed to. These dubs come a lot quicker. They'll be maybe might be a consecutive champ. Monopoly dice roll my way. You know what I'm saying?
I hope you can knock me out first. That's all I gotta say.
I just want to point something out to all of our listeners and viewers here. Mace's strategy was vastly different from the last time we had played, which proves my point of collusion.
We're
Goddammit.
We're done with this. Listen, we're moved past my dub. We're on to more dubs now. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. The lights have changed. Let's keep it going.
Collusion was afoot. God damn it. I'm sick of this. And they'll never admit it to me, but I know it now. It's a fact. It is a fact proven. Okay.
Where's the clown emojis at? Give it one.
Fucking guy, Mase, man. Fucking guy.
You know what, Mase? You know what? You should at least tell the one fact. It's the worst to have me second in any Monopoly game because I'm gonna escape all your properties, escape jail, and always get free parking.
Hey man, we gonna talk about it for real, dog. That game be hoeing the hell out of me. These dudes.
I don't think you've gotten free parking yet.
No. I've landed on it one time, and the one time I landed on it, guess what it had in there? $0.
Hey, I hit that thing when it had like 1,700 and
bruh, whole game flipped on his head with free parking, bro. It's out of control. So if the game can ever act right and give me my free parking that I deserve at this point, I will become the reigning Monopoly champion after today. We will see what happens. I'm trying to put both these niggas out. That's what's up.
Okay. I try my best, I try my best every single time.
You can go to hell. Because you know what you sound like right now? You sound like Russell Westbrook. And the reason I say that is because, boy, I bet you he be out here telling people he gives it his best every day. And I bet you a bunch of those Lakers do. But guess what their best thing got them this year? A nice boot out the playoffs. Mase, the Lakers are your team, so we have to start with you. Mase, how are you feeling 2 years removed from a championship that this team is not even good enough to make the play-in?
It sucks, for one. But I can't say I didn't see this coming. I think it was a hopeful, optimistic to think that the way that this team was built, that they were going to have some sort of success. But it was bad the whole season. I can't even blame injuries for it either, bro, because there were teams who had high-profile players out as well for the good majority of the season, if not the entire season, and they're still doing well. So I kind of got away with it saying that injuries was the reason this team failed, but looking back at it, man, there was enough games with LeBron in the lineup. I think Westbrook has only missed 2 games this season. He missed, I think, last night and or maybe 3. I think he's missed like 2 in a row and then like 1 random. But I mean, the way the rest of this roster was constructed, it just wasn't good. There's nothing good about this roster. They got a bunch of washed up 3-and-D players. It was just bad all the way around. For whatever reason, they can't convince Anthony Davis to be the big man that he is. He always wants to play with somebody bigger than him, but there's like 2 people bigger than him, so it's weird. I don't understand it.
Man.
But it was just a bad season all the way around, and I don't know how they recover from it because they have to pray that some team allows them to bop them over the head for Westbrook. If people are calling about Anthony Davis, they got to at least pick up the phone. I'm not saying you make the move, but you got to pick up the phone. This ain't no.
Sir, what is his name?
Oh, his name is Street Clothes now. We're past our moratorium of pooing on people that need to be pooed on. We're past that.
I just heard you say Anthony Davis, so I had to make sure we corrected you. His name is
Street Clothes. If the phone rings asking about Street Clothes, they at least have to pick it up. This isn't one of those situations where you laugh somebody off the phone. Like, you got to pick it up and figure out what the deal is at this point, because for whatever, call it freak accidents. I went back and looked at some of the injuries that he's had this year, and it was a bunch of like dudes rolling up on him or him landing on an ankle. But at the same time, whether it's a freak accident or he just does not to be able to keep his lower body stable, he's always injured. So I mean, you at least gotta come to the conclusion of, hey man, if somebody offers the right amount of things, let's make it happen.
I think you said one of the most poignant things about Street Clothes earlier this season, which is that it doesn't seem like he has gotten comfortable in his body frame. Yeah, even after all these years of being this height, it seems as if he still struggles with being fully comfortable and able to move around in a very good way for him to avoid injuries, right? He doesn't seem like he's gotten that yet. Seems like year after year we're seeing, like you said, some of them are freak accidents, guys roll into them. You can't control those ones, but a lot of them are, hey, he steps the wrong way, steps on a guy's foot, or he's coming down and he's not looking where he's coming down and he rolls an ankle. It's always something real weird with him. So hopefully for his sake and for like Lakers fans, right? Hopefully he can get right. But at this point, I have real reservations on whether Anthony Davis is even going to be somebody that you can consider a top 10 player in the league, because he's never on the floor enough. I mean, he basically at this point now with the Lakers, which is really, really bad news for Lakers fans, you're talking about a LeBron and an AD that you could maybe only count on for like 60-something games a year now.
Because you got to think about it. to win the NBA final, let's say worst case scenario, you have 4 7-game series. That's 28 extra games on top of 82. So that's 110 games. And realistically, they have to be available for both of them. Have to be available for at least 80. And I mean, we're assuming that all the playoff games are going to be available for, but like they got to put in 80 games for the Lakers to have a chance. LeBron and Street Clothes have to each 70 between that 70 to 85 games they've got to be available for. Like Barton, there's no way around it.
And that's the problem, though, is that at this point, I don't see to where LeBron, because of age, right? We're seeing now that the injuries are finally getting hold of him, right? He's in his 30s. He's on the. Let's just be honest. He's been on the wrong side of 30 for some years now, and it's finally getting a hold of him now, right? So you can't count on him to be ready for 82. As much as we know LeBron is the guy that he tries to be ready for the 82, it's just you cannot count on them for that, right? I mean, he said it on an episode of The Shop where he said coaches have been trying to get him to, take games off for forever and a day, and it was only until later in his career where he understood what they were trying to do, which is they were trying to get in the vibe, but he still hates it. He's a guy that like, no matter what, I want to be out there and I want to play. So we can't depend on LeBron to be there for the 82 games. And AD at this point, you can't get. You'd be lucky to get.
I mean, he's barely getting 45. Yeah, he's barely getting 45 to 50, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. Like I said, if Anthony Davis can't give you 70 to 85 solid games, I just don't see the Lakers really being like you can't flip this roster. Like you have to be lucky if somebody's like, okay, you know what, we'll take Westbrook. It's his last year. I mean, honestly, you can't disrespect the man because like he was available. Of the stars on that team, he was available. I mean, he's missed like 2 to 3 games this year. But at the same time, you got to sit him down and be like, hey, bro, we're going to try to trade you or we want to buy your contract out. Like, there's no way we can bring you back. I mean, maybe you do it privately. I don't know how you do it, but like without you got to be respectful to the man. Because I mean, I've pooed on Westbrook all year, but at the same time, bro, he's the only one that's available. You know how your best ability is availability, and my man is out there. Say what you want to.
So I have to ask you though, Mase, as a Lakers fan, how do you feel about what Magic Johnson came out this week and said, which was that DeMar DeRozan was trying to come home to LA until LeBron and Westbrook started talking about it?
So we wouldn't trade Taylor Horton Tucker for Kyle Lowry. I mean, he would have probably been an upgrade. He probably would have missed some games too. But hey,
Kyle Lowry would have been way better. He can at
he's better, and that wouldn't have given us we wouldn't have felt like we needed to go get Westbrook if we had Kyle Lowry. But a whole bunch of stuff could have been different if we just would have made that move. THT and a first, Kyle Lowry. A lot of stuff would have been different. But it sucks, man, because I think the Lakers do a lot of shooting themselves in the foot when it comes to acquiring trades and free agents and stuff like that, because there's so many people who have an opinion whose opinion you want to respect, but those opinions can be conflicting and cause somebody to be like, hey, bro, I don't want to go into that shit show. I don't want to go there and have to deal with all of this BS of coming to this team and the expectations that are wildly outrageous and oh man, it sucks to sit here and say that we could have had this person and that person and end up with what we have, end up with the shit show that we had, the bunch of the geriatric the retirement home that we ended up with, man. I mean, that's really what it was.
Look, we've seen
listen, bro, we thought Wayne Ellington. We have, but like everybody that they brought in were injury prone. They were either injury prone or they were like not just past their prime, but past their playing usefulness, basically. Like Wayne Ellington is a back of the line. He's the bottom of the bench guy. Trevor Ariza, same thing. Kendrick Nunn didn't play a game. Bumped his hip, didn't play a game. Dwight Howard past his prime can be useful. It was just I mean, Carmelo, like I said, he can be a sixth man at this point. He performed admirably at what he was asked to do, but I still got to go back to what Shannon Sharp said about Westbrook. He's that girl everybody want until they got her, and then they realize, like, hey, we don't want her no more. Like I said, he's available. He plays hard, but all those bad turnovers and bad missed shots.
Speaking of the girl that everybody wants until they get her, we have to talk about all the stuff that has came out over this last week between the Smith family of Jada and Will. Now, look, fella, look, audience, I understand we normally stay out of these waters, right? We usually don't dive here. But we got to talk about this because this shit's out of control, okay? Because on this show, if you haven't noticed, one of the virtues that we express consistently is talking about loyalty and being appreciative for things, right? Can y'all, from anything y'all have seen in these past, like, let's just go past 2 years, 3 years with the Smith family. Can y'all say she's loyal or appreciative?
Bro, this is the worst. Listen, this is the worst case of emotional warfare we have seen play out online.
He's living with an emotional terrorist for sure.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Because I mean, from the yearly Tupac shout outs to getting on Facebook. To getting on Facebook and telling the world that she over here getting plugged by some younger dudes.
By her son's friend. Let's call it by her son's friend.
I mean, listen, bro. As a young adult, you've always probably had that one friend with a hot mom. You're just like, dang, bruh. But you kept that shit to yourself. You kept it to yourself. Didn't say nothing about it. He said something about it, and it worked out for him.
Hey, and then you see how greasy this dude August is. He gonna put out a song this week talking about it.
A song? He tried. There's reports that he might make a book about it. Like my man is out. Listen, bro. Listen, dog. I said this under the confidence of friendship, but I got to say this out loud, bro. They ain't gonna be satisfied till Will is an active shooter, bro. This man is going through it. This man is going through it. Y'all mad that he slapped Chris Rock and not August. Y'all mad that he did something. Y'all mad that he didn't do enough. What is enough for this man? Like, he is going through it. And for people that don't know, like, recently, what was it, last year or something, he put out a book. Mm-hmm. Like talking about like, you know, all the times that he's been passive in situations where he should have done more. And my man is going through it. He is going through it. And I don't think the whole G.I. Jane thing just really rubbed him the wrong way. But at the same time, that was the straw. Straight up, that was the straw. Let's just call it what it is.
You see what y'all have forced upon this man? Now, all the time, he is saying in his head, what would Pac do? You see what y'all did? You see, we had a nice dude. He was nice. He was a family man. He was all the stuff. But now y'all done forced him into being, what would Pac do? You see what happens? He gonna turn into Matt Barnes on y'all, and y'all gonna be mad as hell. He gonna be driving up the coast, going to beat another man up, and y'all gonna be out here just clowning him some more. You see this? See what you've done, America? You see, I take no responsibility.
Listen, it don't matter at this point. It don't matter who Will beat up if he don't beat up August. Straight up, Will can go out here. Will can go there slapping the shit out of everybody for every reason. But until he fight August, it's always gonna be, well, you still fighting the wrong person. Come on,
Darrell.
Jada,
thoughts?
I can't believe y'all saying this nonsense right now. I'm just like, we're all gonna blame Will. First off, let's not blame Will.
I ain't blaming him.
No, let's separate these two right now. Let's separate these two. Let's separate these two. She running her mouth on her Facebook show talking about entanglement. Who the fuck talks about entanglement? You cheated. You went in your relationship. You slept with another man. Big whoop. Then you make it public information. Horrible. You make Will cry like he's a little sad little girl on a chair. Okay, Will, that's your problem. Your household's messed up. It's all wild. Your kids are wild. Your wife is wild. At the end of the day, there's no control over there. Then you got your daughter out here talking about my daddy's Dusty. That's another crazy thing. So
yo, I didn't know she called him Dusty. She called him Dusty.
Yes, this is more than that. This is the problem.
Nobody in his house respects him.
Nobody in the house respects him.
No one.
Everybody doing their own thing. And who's to blame? The father, the person that should be providing and having control over the family. This is wild. And
the crazy thing is, go ahead.
I'm telling you right now, if it was The Rock giving a G.I. Jane joke, he wasn't gonna go up there and slap The Rock. Let's be honest. He wouldn't slap most of the comedians that are freaking higher, have more weight and taller than Chris Rock. He only picked Chris Rock because Chris Rock is small and he can get away with it. That's what he thought he can do. We don't care about the academy that he's in. What group he's in. That man canceled. Sony's canceled him. Netflix canceled him. Oscars canceled him. At that point, anything that he had going on is being paused. This is his fault because he didn't have.
I mean, that he's also a producer on the Peacock series Bel Air. He's a producer for that too. So I mean, that might get put on pause.
Everything is going to slow down because your actions mean something when you are a different level. He acted like he didn't have nothing to lose and he wanted to go slap. He deserves what he gets. You said,
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely. I do. Like I said, regardless of what drove him to get to that point, you still at the same time can't go up and disrespect somebody like that. You can't go up there and slap the shit out of another grown man. And hey, and honestly, bro, I commend Chris Rock for not slapping him back or punching him back. Because I mean, if you see his initial reaction was to hit him back, everybody kind of says it was. There's those people out there that say, "Oh, it was staged," blah blah blah, bullshit. He wanted to hit him back, but he realized national TV and dollar signs. Like after that, his ticket sales for his current comedy tour went up like 100%. Like they went from like 150 to like 3 something. Overnight, one slap overnight. My man doubling his money everywhere he goes.
It's just about composure. Like there's a time and a place for certain things. Like Chris Rock was being highly professional. It wasn't like he didn't even want it to be about him. It was really about like the other host. What was it like? Who was the other host? It was like Wanda or something.
I can't think. Was it Amy Schumer?
I don't know. It was another host, but he wasn't like have the
because he was just presenting the award, and he was.
It's just the fact
got for it.
Will got emotionally damaged, called it a day, and he has to live with his choices that he allows someone to just keep on doing the same old stuff. Like you allow people to have bad behavior, you want to keep on rewarding bad behavior, you want to do nice things to the woman, and the woman is going to still bash you in on social media. So like, what's the point at this? Like you're not repairing your marriage. She thinks she can do anything she wants. Hey, you got mad men talking about Jada and Will for like 2 weeks of content. That's all you got for that. Like you got your name.
It's nuts.
You got your name out here. You must wanted this because you knew this is going to be big headlines. You act like you're not like some big person. Like you was the person that said to everybody, I didn't have to cuss in my raps and everything else, and I still made sales and stuff. But you out here just throwing that all in the drain, acting like a damn fool. No one, you even got the self-snitching rappers don't even do that in public, let alone you going to do it in public. It sounds crazy.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, it sounds like that whole relationship is a big ass botch. And speaking of botches, we've got this week's Darrell's top 5. Darrell, take it away.
Well, my botches are coming from WrestleMania, and they are not pretty. We're going to start with the best of all botches, and we're going to talk about that Stone Cold Stunner. That Stone Cold Stunner makes every top list great. When Vince McMahon was avoiding his neck and want to bounce off the ropes and want to be instead of sit down instead of knees.
I think that kick hit him a little too hard. I don't think he was ready for that. He was like, oh, I thought I could take this still.
That was horrible. It was very, very horrible. I just didn't know what was going on. Second, where our botches will have to be the Charlotte Flair moonsault into another moonsault and to try to grab Ronda Rousey for a pin. Trust me, I seen it. Corey seen it. She didn't get all the way.
We all saw it, bro. We all saw it.
Third botch, I will say, will be Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes off the turnbuckle and barely landing with that suplex and trying to crawl up for a pin. That was bad. I don't know. It was mistiming. I don't know. They messed up somewhere. Someone got the hook. A grab.
Small margins.
Fourth, I gotta say, when we all seen AJ Styles have a cut on the side of his head, we were trying to wonder, did he pull the Goldberg locker room stunt? Start banging his head on the door. Unfortunately, he ran into the Tron when he came out, and that's how he got the cut. I was like wondering the whole time, like, hold up, what's going on here? But in the fifth and final one, I don't even know. I don't know. We can call this a botch, but it's just Brian Saxton can always be a botch for taking a darn stunner.
Bruh. I thought you was gonna talk about how both his WrestleMania outfits was a botch on the weekend. I thought that's where
that man was shining glitter red all night long. I didn't understand.
It was absurd. It was fucking absurd. Like
that man went and told her, like, give me something that will be loud. I got you. Throw some glue on that. Throw some red glitter and call it a day. Let me sparkle.
Hey, let me shine, baby. This is my night. Let me shine, baby.
Man, he said, don't use that Elmer's white glue. I need that clear.
We gotta make sure them lights is shining.
Boy, they definitely had to glitter that thing up. That was horrible. I don't even know where you can buy that type of suit from. That's what I was.
And that's a custom job, 100%. That's old girl in the back. The Undertaker was mentioning. Yeah, that's her. That's a custom. Either that or Bianca Belair hooked it up. Because if y'all didn't know, Bianca Belair does the outfits for not only herself, but she also does it for Street Profits. She also does their
Montez for
both. No, both.
Oh, they do it for both. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so when they're going to be a stable? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, she could be Bianca Belair. She could be if she decided to stop wrestling right now, she could fucking go into costume design for people and have an excellent living and career just doing that. Because she never has wardrobe malfunctions, none of that. Like, all her shit is A1.
Yeah, and talking about wardrobe malfunctions, freaking Ronda Rousey always, every freaking, I don't know why she keeps on coming out with that same get up and always has to tug and everything. Like, you get tired every single time she doesn't move, tug. It's sticking to me. It's like, yo, you need a new wardrobe. You might as well just come out with like jeans and a t-shirt at this point. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As soon as I saw Ronda and Charlotte coming home, I was ready to go 1, 2, 3 Cancun, baby. Just like some teams are doing right now, because there are a few spots left in the playoffs. And at this point, we don't necessarily know who is actually going to be in, well, at least in what slots, right? Because at this point, we know the teams that are eliminated, like the Lakers, are completely out of the playoff picture, even though they are in the 11th spot. By how many games they have left and the records of the teams in front of them, they do not have a chance to make the playoffs at this point. So the Lakers are out. But currently, the 1 through 6 spots in both the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference are also sold all the way up. But the teams that are fighting for spots here are the Nets, Cavaliers, Hawks, and Hornets, and the Timberwolves, Clippers, Pelicans, and Spurs. Now, Mase, out of all those teams, what, if any of those teams, do you feel like can actually come in and maybe make some noise in the playoffs? If they can't necessarily win a series, they'll at least be very competitive. Which team do you think has the best chance?
I think you have to say the Nets, just off of the strength of KD and Kyrie.
If they play Toronto, Kyrie can't play.
Wow.
Well, yeah, that is true. Because Toronto's
not playing that still.
They don't care. Like, if you. Toronto's like, yeah, you can't even go into Canada. You can't even travel into Canada unvaccinated right now. So, yeah, I think that would be the only scenario where I think that they're dead fish in the water. Any other situation, any other city that they could play in, you have to give them a chance. Like, in the playoffs, especially, man, if your superstars can be superstars, you've got a shot just because the game slows down. There's a lot more half court going on, and you need shot makers and playmakers, and you have two of the best in Durant and Irving. So you have to say them if they're not playing Toronto, because Kevin Durant by himself can't drag that sorry roster to anything other than maybe a gentleman's suite.
Sorry, so you say the Nets in the Eastern Conference are the one team that can maybe make some noise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought you actually were going to go with the Hawks there. But in the Western Conference, who's the team that you feel like can make some noise? Is it the T-Wolves, the Clippers, the Pelicans, or the Spurs?
I'm surprised you here and say the Pelicans just because they play hard, bro. Like they just play hard. Everybody kind of felt like Zion was going to be the reason that they did anything this year, but obviously not playing and whatever's going on with him, whether he wants to be there or not. But that team plays hard. Brandon Ingram has kind of come into his own as a basketball player. I think he knows what he can and can't do at this point and stays within himself and always seems to come out with solid performances when the team needs them. So I think that they could scare a team enough to, make them sweat. Like I said, maybe give out a 6-game series, something of that nature. But I'm gonna surprise you and say the Pelicans here.
Even no Zion, you still believe in the Pelicans? Interesting right there. So, Darrell, of all the teams that are in the playoffs, right, who are you looking at right now at this point saying these are the two teams we probably end up seeing in the NBA Finals?
It's still hard for me to even pick that because
think it's too early. You think you need a round of the playoffs to be able to make a pick?
I needed to drop a little bit more. I can't just say that now because anything can happen. We're talking about like who really wants it, like the grit, like who's going to really do them sacrifices. I know, like this is the worst time to get an injury type for the playoffs. This is like the worst time, but you have to do that just that motivation to do it. But it's too early right now. I can't, like, even with that list, like saying the Nets, like maybe I'm like, Nets got to do it. But I've been saying the same thing. Like without Kyrie, it's just like it's wasteful. Even when James Harden was there and you had freaking Durant and James Harden, it's still like you need Kyrie. You can't do it. Like that's the main thing. But it's all about who wants it. And that's the difference makers, even with the Warriors. Like, you know how the Warriors always be playing. It's always like we gotta have that. You gotta have the people, and you gotta have the dedication to keep on doing it. Like this is getting to a grind game, and I don't want to pick right now. I'll probably pick if it got a little bit smaller. Then I can like narrow it down to like who's gonna be doing something. Because just Mase picking Pelicans is like. Yeah, but you have another star just like either he doesn't want to do it or he does want to do it. It's like, what does the chip really mean to you? That's what it really is. It's not because people like to put politics into it. Like, why you play the game of basketball, to lose or to win? That's the real thing.
In the vein of what Darrell's saying, it's why I would pick the Suns and the Bucks to be a rematch in the finals. Both of those teams got that want to, that grit and grind in them. If I had to pick one team outside of those two, because I know some people may say that's an easy pick, right? The only other team that I feel like can make noise in either conference that can actually be a real competitive team. And I know this is going to sound a little crazy because they're a young team, but them Grizzlies don't fear nobody, baby. Like them boys are not scared, okay? And a young team that's not scared has a chance to be successful in the playoffs. And on top of that, they're a young team that suffocates you with their defense. They're not just somebody who's like the Phoenix Suns were for some years with Steve Nash, right? Where, oh, we're just going to outscore you. No, these boys are saying we're going to outscore you and we're going to grind you in defense all the way down to the bit and see if you got anything left to finish this game. So the one thing that gives me concern on them, though, bruh, Ja Morant, it's the issue that I worry about with him, right? I saw the same thing with Derrick Rose, man. You play that way, there's a risk that if you catch a knee injury, you will not be the same after that. You will not be as effective. Will he be as effective now after this knee injury that he's had that's kept him out for a couple of weeks, right? Will he be? I don't know. We'll see. But I think that's the one team that if they're healthy, if Ja Morant is coming back into the playoffs and is healthy, they have an excellent opportunity to at least get to the Western Conference Finals, especially with the fact that in the seeding right now, they're the 2 seed, right? So they wouldn't have to see the Suns until the conference finals. I know some people may say the Warriors. Sorry, man. When the playoffs come, and Clay is still playing like shit, and Draymond ain't playing great, and the only dude on that team right now is really Steph Curry, because I have no respect for Andrew Wiggins. If y'all don't know that by now, you clearly ain't been paying attention to the show. Got no respect for that man, especially for no playoff basketball. Okay, but yeah, I think it's just going to be a long series. They are likely to get upset in the first round of the playoffs because at this point, them being the 3 seed, they would end up matching up with a team that's probably better than them at this point because they're going to get on like the 6 seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And currently, as it stands, the 6 seed is the Nuggets, and they don't have no answer for Jokic. Like,
yeah,
none.
You don't want to see Jokic. Nah, man. In a 7-game series, man. I mean, Jokic he's about to 2,000 points, 1,000 assists, 1,000 rebounds, bro. Like,
dude, he is having a better year than his MVP season last year. Like,
it's nuts.
Think about how insane that is, man. A guy was playing what we thought was the best level of basketball he can play and is playing even better this year.
It's wild.
Even without his running mate in Jamal Murray.
Just understand, people, what I mean by this is I got a stat sitting right here in front of me, right? All right. He is averaging not only more points a game, but he's also shooting a higher percentage from the field. He's also getting more blocks per game, more steals. The only thing that it's down is assist by a little bit, but he's also getting more rebounds a game by like 4 a game. My dude, he is balling out of control. I know we have talked about on the show all season, right? I know we've talked about the performances of guys like Embiid, and that, he probably deserves some talk for the MVP. But I also could understand where voters could turn around and be like, look, Embiid, you had a hell of a year, but Jokic didn't have nobody on his team all year, and they still out there balling. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But right now, Mase, I want to pin you down. Who's going to win the MVP?
I'm going Jokic.
Darrell, who you got?
I have not even a second thought. Jokic.
Darrell, who you got?
I went Mase. Because honestly, like, you can't argue numbers. You can't argue numbers. You really can't.
I'm going Embiid because I feel like Embiid is more impactful on the defensive end. That's the one place where Jokic, even though he's gotten better and improved since he's been in the league, Embiid is always still more impactful than him on the defensive end. So for me, I'm going to have to go Joel Embiid. And especially, too, we saw Embiid carrying this Philly team before they had Harden. And if you want me to be honest with you, I don't think they should have made that trade. The team has gotten worse since they've actually gotten Harden. Harden seems to not understand how to play in a philosophy where he's not the best player. The ball, Doc Rivers said it. He called him out. The ball stops with James way too often, and he needs to keep it moving. And until he can make that adjustment, which at this point, being this far into his career, I don't know if he can make that adjustment.
I don't think he can.
Become the playoffs. I think it's going to cost him.
And that's why I did not pick the 76ers, because a lot of people were probably saying people are probably listening to this are going to be listening to this and thinking, how come nobody said anything about the Sixers? They're one bad James Harden playoff performance away from what every other team that James Harden has been on has seen in the playoffs. Like one bad performance, one reporter challenging him in the playoffs, and he shuts it down at the end of the game. One bad outing.
He don't even need that,
and he's shutting it down.
Hey, he don't even need that. Don't let them mess around and have to face Miami or something at some point, like in the second round. All them strip clubs, we know his head ain't gonna be in the game, baby. You know what it is. James is out there trying to throw that cash, baby.
You should know the rule already. We don't mention Philadelphia teams at all. They crash and burn every year. So I don't know why we keep on.
Like I said, man, he's one bad player. James Harden is one bad playoff game from checking out for the rest of the series. We know this about him at this point.
Hey, I bet you them Philly strippers was like, yes, our king is here.
Hey, I guarantee you right now, the Philly strippers, their net worth went up exponentially. You know it did.
Oh God!
Keep the light on. We just keeping the light on.
Boy, hey, you say they giving him the Motel 6 treatment? We keep the light on for you, James.
Hey, yeah, you flying in from a 4-day road trip? Hey, my boy, we got it ready for. We got them wings. We got them lemon pepper wings for you. Hey. Max. Ready.
But speaking of stuff that's kind of baffling and mind altering and makes you be like, what the hell is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, we take our weekly trip into the mind of a madman. This is Mase's Madness.
You already know what time it is. So first off,
the lights are red, people. Just for those listening to us here, the lights went red as soon as he said that.
So first off, let me start with some positivity here. First off, congratulations to our newest Supreme Court Justice, Ketanji Brown Jackson, first Black woman to be appointed to the seat. We in there, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
We in there. Even all them slick ass senators was trying their damnedest. To hell with all of y'all. Ted Cruz, you can go to hell. You can go to double hell with gasoline draws on. I hate you.
Babies are racist. Shut up, Ted. Raphael.
I can't stand Raphael, man. I just can't stand him. But that's not where we going with this today. That was just a little side note. Here, you want to know what's really gotten tight lately? People that drive in adverse conditions without their headlights on. And what I mean by that, people, as a driver, I take extra sensitive care to this because I'm on the road a lot. I do a lot of driving training, so I see this. Just because it's the daytime, that does not mean you can drive without your headlights on. If it's overcast, if it's raining or drizzling a little bit, you jackasses that's out there on the road without your headlights on and water's spraying up all over the place from the road from people's tires, y'all can go to hell. I hate every single one of y'all. Y'all, my God.
I have to ask, I know you're on a road. It's not a law down there that people have to do that? Because up here, it's the law. Like, you have to turn your lights on.
No, it's not a law.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I didn't know that.
Yeah, even so many vehicles have the automatic setting for their lights now. It's crazy to me that people be riding out on the road just because it's 10 a.m. doesn't mean you can't turn your damn headlights on, you pieces of shit. I hate every single one of y'all. Because, water is flying up on the highway from tires from 18-wheelers to work trucks to every other vehicle out there, and you just riding out in your gray Ford pickup with no lights on like a piece of shit. I hate you. Turn your damn lights on. I hate you. Turn your lights on. There's an automatic setting in your truck. I know it is. I know for a fact you have an auto light setting. Turn it on. You are a terrible person if you out here riding in any sort of overcast, twilight, before sunset, after sun. You pieces of shit. I hate you. I fucking hate you. Turn your lights on. Turn them on. You know how many accidents are caused by people like you? It's ridiculous, man.
What do you mean by you people?
Whoever is behind the wheel of that vehicle without their headlights on, you are you people today. I'm talking about y'all. I hate every single one of you. Just hate you. Hate your guts. I hope you step on a Lego. I hope you stump your toe. I hope your belt buckle loop gets caught on the door. Like, oh, I just hate you. Can't stand y'all. Turn your lights on.
We need a madness and a grind your gears. That's what we need.
Bro, it's just, oh, man. I hate it with a passion.
Hey, look, Mase, I feel you. I hate when people do crazy shit on the road. Like, look, kind of related to what Mase is talking about. So when me and the fiance were going to Sam's Club a couple weeks ago, it was probably about a month ago now, right? So we were going there, and someone on the highway, 55, for those that live in Illinois, you know where I'm talking about, 55 headed north towards the city, right? Somebody, because they were missing their exit, they didn't just say, let me go to the next exit and turn around and get to my exit. They stopped. And no. That would have been better than what they did. They stopped on the highway. So if not for the fact that me and the other drivers that were around us were paying attention, we all would have probably been dead. Okay, the person behind
I've seen that before. Dudes just kind of.
I shit you not. The car behind us probably came as close as this bottle is to the camera. That's as close as they probably were to us to hitting us, because they had to swerve because he saw my brake lights and he said, what the fuck is going on? So yes, all you assholes that don't know how to drive, I hate you too. I hate your guts. I agree with Mase.
And I hope you burn in hell.
Damn. You know what? Samuel L. Jackson at right now. You got it.
Bro, it's bad drivers just really, they just do it for me, man.
See, I'm fine. Screw all
Fuck
that.
all them bad drivers.
Bad drivers, siphoning gas, all of them, all of those people. You know what?
All I can say is, them people is some hoes. Fuck them. Right here. You see it, people? That's for y'all that don't know how to drive. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, again, that was a trip into the mind of a madman. He let y'all know you need to get your act together on the road, okay? Stop sitting here making me so angry, okay? He's just trying to be calm on a Saturday. He don't want to have to turn the lights red on you, baby.
Gotta get back to my Zen moment here. I gotta.
But that was Mase's madness. But we have to move forward here because we got a couple of stories before we get out of here for the day. But we have to talk about some wild stuff that has been going on just over this past week. So I have to start here, gentlemen. I know I shared the clip with you guys, but can we have a talk about how grown people act when they meet adults, other adults that are celebrities? Can we talk about having some decorum and not being a crying little baby back bitch because somebody doesn't want to take a picture with you that when you are a grown ass man? If you don't know what I'm talking about, over this last week, one of the clowns from Barstool, yes, I said it, one of the clowns, because look, baby, if you ain't figured it out now, this brand We don't get down with how they get down over there, baby. We have a little bit too much melanin over here for that. Okay. But yes, one of those clowns was crying because Justin Fields didn't want to just pose for a picture for him and rolled his eyes at him and was like, all right, I guess, man. And this guy went on his Twitter and was crying and saying he is basically rooting against the Bears now because Justin Fields didn't want to take a picture with him. So, gentlemen, I have to ask, do these grown-ass people need to stop acting like little baby back bitches?
Yes. Get out your feelings just because somebody don't want to take their personal time and take a picture with you. I'm sorry. I'm not getting paid for you to get a picture with you, and then all of a sudden you throw it on all this social media, and after that, your grimy self probably want to say, hey, well, I got this autograph. Let me try to sell it too. So, hey, like, I don't care. Cry. Do something with yourself. Grow up. You can't be grass crying about someone taking a picture with you. You need to stop.
You make a great point there, though. Like, people will get autographs or cry for autographs, get an autograph, and then go sell it on eBay. Like, you know how shitty you gotta be to hound a dude down for his autograph just to go monetize it after? You know how shitty of a person you gotta be?
Just for context, this guy's a fucking Steelers fan. So he's been out here cheering for Big Rape all these years.
But yeah, man, that's so ridiculous, man, to get mad because somebody doesn't want to take a picture with you. What is he obligated to? Is this a photo op that you guys are at? Is this like a team photo organizational production type deal where like he is there to take pictures with media? Was that what he was there for? Probably not. He probably don't like you because specifically, that word was whooping my ass. Specifically has probably talked down on him. Probably during the draft process, he probably saw something where you were talking shit about him anyways, probably over there taking out the old Bill Polian handbook of black quarterbacks. And probably don't like you because you're a piece of shit. But yet he sits there and say he doesn't like you because he knows he has cameras on him. So, I mean, you can't expect a dude to not show any emotion when some jackass comes up to him that he knows doesn't like him in the first place, is trying to get a picture for clout. Hey, come on, man. Get out your feelings, man. Go back to Pittsburgh, my boy.
Look, I'm just saying, bro. I am a hardcore fan of like the Bears. You guys know this, right? If I met Justin Fields, I wouldn't even ask for a picture with that brother, man. I would just be like, hey, man, it's cool to meet you. Appreciate you, bro. Hope you have a good time. I don't know, man. I ain't weird like that, bro. I guess I don't value that stuff. I'd rather meet you, have a conversation with you than to sit there and be fond and trying to get a picture like a fucking stand. That's not how I get down, bro. I'm sorry.
Like, hopefully my fandom would lead you to believe I would want a picture with you other than me asking, because I would have a hard time asking, because, like, at the end of the day, bro, these people are still people. They're just richer than you. That's it. They get to be on TV more than you. They're still people. They still want to do their own shit. Like I said, unless it's like some team organized photo op, leave the people alone.
On top of that, you a fucking grown man. Why is you fawning for pictures with another grown-ass man, bruh? Like, come on, bruh. Like, you can't be sitting here trying to act like you the big manly man, tough man, all this other shit, and then you over here crying because another grown man didn't want to take pictures with you, bruh. Like, grow up, man. Grow up. All right? Grow the fuck up. I ain't asked for an autograph since I was a kid. Okay?
You know,
I don't see what all this is for. I don't get it.
Let me just get your autograph and call it a day. I'll leave you alone. I'm just one person, you know. Let me get that autograph. I'm not doing no harm.
Man, I met Derrick Rose when he was still in MVP form, bro. Okay, I did not ask that man for no picture, no autograph. That and you didn't look, Mase. You know this for sure. Darrell Rose, one of my all-time favorites, bro. Like that's that dude. That's Chicago right there. That's the Windy City Flyer. Okay, but man, I ain't asking that grown ass man for no picture. What for what? Clowns, bro. Clowns. But since we're already out here clowning people, we gotta at least clown these dudes in NASCAR over here fighting. Cause boy, let me tell you, for all that tough talk some of them boys be doing, we sure found out somebody got a real glass chin, baby. I mean, my man got hit once. It was like it got hit with a barely even punch. It was like, oh no, my face.
I honestly, I don't understand why people don't expect to get hit when you roll up on another adult. First off, you have facial protection. Why did you take the helmet off? Did you not think it was gonna escalate to fisticuffs? Did you not think that you rolling up on another grown man talking greasy could not possibly end in an act of violence to him smacking the shit out you? Did you not think that? Like you have. Listen, bro. Listen, dog. From all the way from like Pee Wee football on up, we were always taught keep your helmet on in the handshake line, because you might have treated somebody that game and they might be ready to take a shot. Keep your helmet on, bro. That was mistake one. And whoever's on your team that didn't tell you to keep your helmet on, fired them because they let you take that L. Because my man kept, not only did he keep his helmet on, he kept the visor down. My man was like, bro, you ain't fucking this up. He thought about it for a second. He was like, nah, I'm gonna close the blinds on his ass. And then he just
Hey, and look, and how many times do we have to tell you on this show? As soon as you lay your hands on another grown man, you better be ready to fight. Because look, where I come from, and I know where Mase and Darrell come from, you lay your hands on somebody, that's all intensive rights for me to beat your ass then, because you crossed the barrier. You put your hands on me. And once you put your hands on me, I have the right to defend myself. So I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Gonna put his hands on another man after he took his helmet off too? Like, are you crazy? Do you want to get mollywopped? Is that what you was at? You can't even hit this man without fucking your hand up, and you over here like, nah, I'm gonna push him like I'm gonna do something. Nah, bro. He said, you gonna learn real quick, right? One. You gonna learn today.
Like I said, man. Obviously, this dude has never been in a fight in his life. If he goes over there to initiate the action after he takes his helmet off, you have perfect facial protection with like 4 inches of cushion. You have perfect facial protection. You take that off, and like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna slide over there. He about to get every piece of these words. No, I will muffled cuss you the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like mouth guard in, visor down. I don't even know if I'm talking to the right person. But you ain't gonna hit me in my face. I bet you that.
Hey, I'm gonna just tell you, he lucky he wasn't dealing with somebody like me, because I wouldn't have thrown a fist. It would have been a swift ass headbutt, baby, and we'll see if you still want to fight. We'll see if you still got that fight in you. There's a reason I left this helmet on. It wasn't just for protection; it's for offense too, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You want to come up, push me.
That punch was so sad to me. I was like, really? Your chin was that? Your chin was like bread right there at that point. I just ripped the crust off that. You're like, come on, man. Like I was like, damn, CM Punk. I was like, CM Punk can take a punch. Come on, man. You told me that man. He got like whoop. And he started grabbing.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yo, I never seen in my life someone sitting that brutal. Oh my god, bro. That was horrible.
Yo, I almost took a drink when he said that.
I just don't understand. Like, come on, man. How really weak your chin? The man had a helmet on. He's just like, you know, you gonna push me? Let me just give you this little sweep. Lord, take me. That's what that shit was. That was a Lord take me moment. You know what? That's a clean TikTok.
Oh
man.
man. My man got embarrassed.
Freaking, that's horrible, man.
Oh my god. Oh yes. Yeah, I hope you learned a lesson though. Don't put your hands on another grown ass man. Okay, I hope you did learn.
That's horrible, man. How is your chin like bread crust? Come on now. You know how easy to rip bread crust off, yo?
His chin that flimsy, bro. His chin that flimsy, dog.
They're saying his shit is like a crouton and his salad nigga crumble.
Hey, man.
Had no resistance.
Croutons are more resilient than that.
How you don't have that much resistance? That's what I'm trying. I'm just baffled by that. Like, how you have no resistance to your chin? Like, shit. Like, I guarantee you, there's like a 5-year-old can take a punch better than that guy. That's freaking horrible. That's nutty.
You ain't lying. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was again another episode of ITC Sportsball. Mase, tell the people where they can find you. And by the way, people, make sure you fucking follow Mase, especially his Twitch, because I'm standing on his ass to make sure he shows you how sweaty he is in that forearm. So make sure you follow his Twitch. I'm going to start including his everybody's Twitch links and everything in the description of every show that you're either viewing us on YouTube or on Spotify. So we'll be there. So make sure you follow his goddamn stream.
Twitch, twitch.tv/SwaggyMase. It is spelled exactly like it sounds with 2 G's. Follow your boy. Twitter, funky_Steph09, and Instagram, Neendime Summer. Hit me up.
And of course, Darrell, tell the people where to find you. Everybody, make sure you're following Darrell's stuff, especially the Low Elo Janitor Twitch channel, because we will be doing more live events moving forward. So, Darrell, tell the people where to find you.
Low Elo Janitor at Twitch and Instagram. And
Low Elo Janitor.
And Twitter. All my stuff is gonna be connected. It's so easy to find me. So
Mase, when I have Lou make the shirts, nigga, I'm gonna make her say Low Elo Janitor just for Darrell.
Gonna put a mop underneath.
Oh God, Jesus. And of course, people, you already know where to find me at JSpanDeMan everywhere. On Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. Find me on all those places. Make sure you go and like the Inside the Cage Facebook page. That is ITC, baby. You already know. You'll see our logo there, just like you'll see either my logo or the pretty face, the prettiest face on ITC. Once again, that's right. But you will see either my pretty face or the ITC logo there. Just make sure you do follow it. And again, make sure you follow the Facebook page and the Darrell's. Oh my God, I'm melting down. Darrell's Twitter there, Twitch, excuse me, because like I said, we will be doing more live watch-alongs and live events. So, of course, people, we thank you for tuning in this week, like we always do. But this has been another resounding episode of your favorite weekly sports show. It is ITC
Sportsball.
I love how Mase is extra strong this week.
Extra strong.